Hello and welcome YouTube. How you guys doing today? Today I'm going to talk a little bit about this truck right here, this 96 Ford, and what my plans are for it, where we plan on going with it, and we'll see how it turns out. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that this is the new 96 Powerstroke I bought, and it's in 5-star condition, let me tell you. And I've been getting a lot of shit from my friends and different people about buying this old rust bucket, but that's okay. People can say anything they'd like. When this thing's done, people are going to be offering me quite a bit of money for this truck. There's a lot of big plans for this truck. Now, I took the bed off already. As you can see, it's a 5-star bed. So, I mean, this is top of the line right here. But most of this truck is going to be completely different. If you watched my other video, I kind of briefly went over what I'm going to do to it. And if you haven't watched the video, everything on this truck, the only thing that's probably going to be original is the motor, the axles, the frame, and the cab, and maybe one door. And that is the other side, back door. Most of this truck will not be what it is right now. Everything's getting changed from the ground up. Now, on the outside and the exterior of the truck, as far as body-wise, the truck is going to go back to its original OBS look. It's going to, I'm pretty much just going to replace everything that's screwed up. The hood, the fenders, stuff like that, the bed, the doors are going to get replaced. On the outside, it's going to look like an original truck. The suspension's getting changed out for Super Duty suspension. We're going to put a 4-inch reverse shackle kit in it, and we're going to change the entire suspension. The original, we're going to put ranch hand bumpers on the front and the back. I'm going to go with the original grille, the original headlights. I'm not going to go to no LEDs or halos or anything like that. I want the truck, for the most part, to look original and stock on the outside. The axles are staying the same. I could do a Super Duty axle swap, but I ain't going to worry about all that. The axles that are in it will do just fine. I got the Dana 60 in the front and the Sterling 10 1/4 in the back. All that can stay like it is. Alright. Where the big money is going to be spent is building up the engine, for one. Now, a little bit of update, kind of a hint to it. I kind of got the engine running now. I know in the last video it wasn't running. It wasn't doing anything. But it's kind of running now. I changed out a cam positioning sensor on it, and it still sounds like only half of the engine, or only one of the banks is actually turning the engine. Well, we're getting somewhere, boys. Got some more oil in it, some cheap oil. Got a brand new fuel filter on it because the last one the seal blew out on. Put a new cam positioning sensor in it, and I think I finally gotten this thing to, give me a second. I think I finally gotten this thing to run. Half-ass. I can't get it to do more than this, even with the gas pedal depressed. For about maybe 2 minutes, and then it won't run, and then you gotta sit here and try to start it again. surges pretty hard. I gotta figure out what that is, but I think I know what it is. So I think I got injector O-rings going out one side because I got a lot of oil coming out of the exhaust pipe too. But no blow-by on the motor, by the way. No blow-by. It runs great. But this entire interior is coming out. Everything in this interior is coming out. This entire interior is going to be swapped out for a 2016 F-250 King Ranch interior. Everything. The seats, the dash, everything. I'm going to put the 6.7 column in, all of that. Everything's going to be completely ripped out of this thing and replaced. Now this is the door I was talking about. I might try to keep. I'm going to see if I can get somebody to pull these dents out, because I'm not a Bondo kind of guy. I don't like Bondo on my stuff. Bondo does miracles, but I don't know, stuff for like that, I don't like Bondo. I like things to be right. But this entire interior is going to have to be modified, and I'll probably have to keep some of it, like these side pieces over here will have to be kept. Some things probably will have to be kept. I might have to keep that A-pillar over there on that side with the gauges and all that. We will see. But for the most part, I'm going to rip this out and put a 2016 King Ranch dash in it. Ranch hand bumpers front and back, like I said. Super Duty reverse shackle lift all the way around it. I have to get the front take working. The back one is the only one that works right now. Right now, the tires that are on it are 35 by 12.5 on 16s. These are 315 by 75s. And I believe it's 286 by 75 by 16. I don't quote me on that. I could be wrong on that first number, but yeah, it's pretty much just going to equivalent to a 33 by 11.5 on 16s. I'm going to put the original aluminum 16-inch wheels that came on this truck when it was bought. So I'm going to put the original aluminum faced bullet hole wheels, or whatever you want to call them. Little details like this, the F-350 emblems will be the same, but I'm going to remove where it says Powerstroke, and I'm going to get, they made some old Circle 7.3 badges like the new 6.7s have now, and I'm going to mount a 7.3 badge there, and under that I'm going to put a King Ranch badge underneath it. Now this King Ranch badge lights up. They make aftermarket steps right here that say Super Duty that light up. Those are probably going to go on both sides. I'm going to have a King Ranch emblem somewhere in here inside the truck as well. But for the most part, on the outside it's going to look about the same. The inside is going to be completely redone. A whole new interior. New lights all the way around it on the outside, of course. The only thing on the outside that will change is I'm debating on buying a sun visor, and I'm catching a lot of flack for that too. But they make a sun visor for this that have those them 5 cab lights that are mounted on the top. They're actually mounted into the sun visor and they come out the front. I think that looks pretty cool. This will have stacks coming out of it. There'll be round stacks, 5-inch round stacks that'll come out of the bed. As you can see, somebody had stacks in here before, as I found out. But yeah, I'm going to cut a hole which will bring the up pipe, and then I'll have round stacks that'll come out the back. About the height of the cab is where I want them. But there's a lot of work that's got to be done to this yet. I'm thinking about buying a pressure washer here pretty soon, so I can take a pressure washer to this and just clean everything all the way down. All new cab bushings, you know, stuff like that. The axles will probably get new bearings and seals and all that good mess. I'm pretty much going to just replace everything that could possibly go wrong on this truck so I don't have to do it later. And even when it comes to these injectors, I've even considered putting new injector cups in it. All 8 cylinders, new injector cups. Possibly a rebuild on the motor, I don't know. The motor might be the only thing I won't do a whole lot of changing in, because it seems like it's running pretty well. There's almost no blow-by on it, so I don't know or think that will change much. I'll probably just freshen it up real quick, and that's about it. So the other thing is on this, it's getting a ZF5 5-speed manual transmission. So I have to find a donor truck. Hang on. I have to find a donor truck to steal the transmission and the master cylinder, slave cylinder, all that good stuff. It sounds like the engine's only running on this half of the engine. I've tried wiggling plugs and everything else. Nothing seems to make much of a difference, so I believe, because I have this valve cover off under here, and it's on there right now, it's just sitting on there though. When I reinstalled that last injector, I may have ripped one of the O-rings, so I'll have to go out and put new O-rings on it and try to jam it back in there and see if I can get it to work. But we will see. The other thing is, I'm probably going to have to redo all of this mess right here and clean this crap up and get it right so that I can. I'm probably going to end up putting in an aftermarket heater and AC unit. I don't know yet. We'll see what kind of space I have after I put in this 2016 King Ranch dash. So we will see with the 2016 King Ranch dash coming in here. I think the biggest issue is not fitment or building brackets to get it to stay. My biggest issue with this dash, I believe, is going to be wiring everything. I'm going to try to keep the original AC stuff. If I can't, I'm going to switch all that out and try to rewire it to newer stuff. So, but getting all these lamps and lights and everything, I might be able to keep those original, those are my warning light pods right there. And I might be able to keep those original warning light pods and make them fit on the new King Ranch dash. It's hard to believe that this is all going to be different at some time. And I think the biggest thing that I keep thinking about is just how much this truck right here, when it's finished, I'll look back at it and you wouldn't even recognize that it was this giant piece of heaping crap. That's okay. People keep saying that I went out and bought a piece of junk. It'll be one hell of a truck. There won't be anything like it. I've yet to see somebody, especially the interior, I've yet to see somebody do a dash swap on these trucks. And if they do a dash swap, it's very minimal. It's very minimal. It's nothing fancy. So we will see. She's a long way off, but she'll get there eventually, one day at a time, one paycheck at a time. We will see. But y'all take care, YouTube. Keep up with me on this 96 Powerstroke, and we'll turn this thing into a beauty.